Hey Mike, has there been any local sightings since last time we checked in?
Yes, indeed, there have been. Let's see, we had a couple of new sighting reports. One from a few days ago. Now this report took place over on Glen Canyon Road. Glen Canyon is, I don't know, it's 5 miles from here. It's in a meandering river valley, and these people have a pretty good-sized ranch over there, and this was about 15 years ago, so it's not a fresh sighting. But let's see, the mom of the family heard heavy breathing and footfalls, and there's a deer trail near there, and she had heard this on more than one occasion. And then there was a day when they were all outside. It was daylight apparently, and this thing popped up from behind a bush and just walked across a little open area and then disappeared behind another bush. And three of them saw it all at the same time. It was early in the morning. So that's pretty exciting, and that's an area where there's a place over there called the Mystery Spot, not too far from where this is. And we have other sighting reports in that same canyon. As a matter of fact, a report off Granite Creek Road that happened 2 decades apart, 2 reports a decade apart, the same area. And that's near the same spot. So, but the most exciting report we got recently was just this morning. And these 2 ladies came in, and they were all excited. One of the ladies apparently knew a little bit about Bigfoot. She was kind of guiding her friend around the museum. I could hear them. And then after they got through looking by themselves, we started talking, and that's when they let me know that they had camped up in Big Basin last night. They had a spot, and it's at the usual campground where most people go. They had asked to have a site that was near a creek, and so they got one. There was a little creek, not a major creek. It wasn't making a lot of noise, which is good, because sometimes creeks will make so much noise you can hardly hear anything else. And I asked her about that immediately, and she said no, there was very little sound from the creek. And she said what they noticed was that when they first got there and set up and everything, that it was absolutely quiet. And they said that there was just nothing to be heard. And then after they'd gone to bed, and they said that this was around midnight, that they were awakened by some screams. And they said it was a quick scream, kind of a ah kind of a thing, a sharp scream, but there was more than one. And then she said that they would hear these every once in a while. There would be a stretch of time, maybe 20 minutes, and then they'd hear one of these calls. And what was particularly noticeable was they claimed that the calls were coming from up on the ridge, and then there was a return call from down by the creek. And then they'd hear some more calls, and then they started hearing, they claimed, knocks, tree knocks, the sound of a stick hitting a tree on both sides. So, I almost forgot to mention, they also heard some kind of a little gargling-like sound at one point. She had trouble describing it. And both of them were convinced that this was happening, that this was not people. I asked them, were there any other people in the campground? They said there were a couple of other campsites, fairly close by where there were people. But it was basically, it was pretty quiet. Everybody was pretty quiet. And then she said that she was embarrassed because her little sister, her younger sister, was with her. Well, she's in her 40s. I said little. She's younger, but still in her 40s. And she said that she and her friend that was along started making lots of noise, pretty close to 2 o'clock in the morning. They woke up and started partying, and she was very loud, and she was embarrassed about that. And she said that when these girls started getting loud, it seemed like some of the stick knocking got louder and closer together, almost like it was an aggressive kind of... She was feeling like they were trying to make the stick sounds go over the sounds of the noise, and somehow showing a disapproval for the noises. So anyway, I'm going to check the phone, but we're going to go check it out tonight.
So stay tuned.